He also has the dragons that we were using, the fire, right in front of the PA speakers. So, oh, it gets better.
Okay, we've got the great Corey Taylor with us right now in the Power Hour. Corey, what's going on? You look fantastic, by the way.
Thank you. I'm doing pretty good, you know?
And can we point out I had to wear my vintage Slipknot
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, somebody's sucking up to the guest.
I had to do it.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Okay, this is, obviously this is my favorite shirt ever, but it's also like, you know when t-shirts are just too thick and they're uncomfortable and they're boxy? Yep.
You can always tell the comfy shirts from what we like to call in the industry, the nipple chafers, which is exactly what she was talking about, because it's like that coarse, burlap sack.
Yes! Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Almost every one of my cool death metal shirts is made from this khaki, like burlap-esque. I mean, it's so bad, and I can only wear it for half a day before I tap. I'm like, God, I should have put Band-Aids over them.
Corey needs some nipple pasties in his life. I'm gonna get him some next
All
time
my
I see him.
t-shirts, I gotta tell you guys, all my t-shirts, my nipples always shine through. I got a problem with them. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Dear Lord, help me.
Bald head, amphibious neck. I look like an amphibian, and you've got the nipples. It's
All right, enough about nipples, people. Jeez, you men are out of control.
You are absolutely right, Kitty. Hey, I've got to ask you, Corey, you know, I love the fact that when I got to see you play in Los Angeles, you do the Corey Taylor and Friends show where you play like one of your favorite songs ever. And of course, you put out that EP, the last one that you did, CMF2, with covers of, you know, songs, everything from Eddie Money to like John Cafferty and the Beaver Band.
Oh yeah, the CMF B-sides, yeah.
Yeah, the
absolutely.
B-sides one, yeah. So can we talk about, what do you do now? Because there was originally talk that you were going to do a second solo album. Is that one of the things you've been working on?
He's been posting it all over his socials.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just finished it. CMF2 is done. Everyone needs to be prepared because it's going to be the best hard rock album of this year and next year. You can quote me on that.
The best part, you know, as you said, you've been posting photos and whatnot. You know, you're working with the great producer Jay Rustin on this project. The
cool thing about working with Jay is not only is he one of the last few dudes that actually flies the flag for real hard rock and heavy metal and rock in general, but he's also one of the most creative minds I've ever met, man. Like, he and I co-produce so well together that if I'm thinking of something and I don't know how to describe it, he knows how to pull it up and do it immediately. So we have a rapport now that we can throw shorthand at each other and we get it and we know how to do it immediately, and it saves so much time and it saves the energy. The energy doesn't get sucked out of the idea. It feels fresh. It's as live as the way that we record together as a band. So he is the perfect element to capture what I'm trying to do with this band, which is to just make it the greatest hard rock band that ever lived, that can do anything, and we don't have to sound like any genre because we play every genre, and that's why we're special.
I think that's great. Okay, well, I'm gonna take it into another direction right now because personally, I'm someone, as a music fan and a metalhead, I love hearing stories from years and years ago. So are there any really cool stories that you could tell us about that maybe we've not heard before?
So our original pyro guy, when we got the great idea to bring out pyro with us because we were just gonna start going crazy with it, we hired a dude who, come to find out, was not legally licensed to be able to do, trust me, it gets worse. So he's setting all this stuff up. He's packing it himself in the back of a truck that's like 120 degrees in there. He's also got the concussion set up right spitting distance from the audience, which is illegal. It's supposed to be 25 feet back. And he also has the dragons that we were using, the fire, right in front of the PA speakers. So one night, oh, it gets better. One night, we look over and the dragons are going off they set fire to the PA system. Now the fire is sitting right next to the tank that has all of the fuel in it. So looking at it, it was me and Fane ran over and we're hitting it with towels, trying to put it out before it explodes and kills us all. And to this, it scares the hell out of me every time they go off.
I think it's incredible.
That's some scary shit.
Isn't it?
It's very scary, yeah.
It was amazing being there right on stage with you guys back in that period. Now, I got to talk to you about, being a rock and roll dad. Josh is a dad, I'm a dad. And recently, we were just talking about Sid. Sid's a dad now, you're DJ.
Yeah, man.
Kelly Osbourne had a child, which is so great, and Clown, of course, has one. Let's talk about being a dad with your sons in a rock band, Vendetta. And it's so cool. They're great. Yeah. You're playing the festival. Of course, you got Incarceration coming up, but it was great to see you guys on the same festivals last year. Talk to me about what that's like now to go out there and watch your son play.
It's hard to explain, man, because it's just this wave of pride, but also this weird, sick recognition that you were right. He was absolutely going to do what you thought he was going to do, because the kid was so gifted musically, even from a young age, man. Like, he would just be tooling around the house singing, or he'd be dancing. Like, the kid can dance really, really well, and a lot of people don't even know that. And every time I would try to get him to sit down and I would teach him some guitar or whatever, he just didn't want to have anything to do with it. And I was like, all right, okay. And I never pushed him. But as soon as he got it in his blood and he got the fever for it, boom, he was gone. He was off to the races.
Recently, you took Ice Nine Kills out on the road with you and Crown the Empire. Is there anything that you really look for in these new bands that you end up bringing on the road with you?
It's just about the energy, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, Ice Nine and Crown the Empire, they had that same kind of energy that we looked for when we bring out newer bands, because for us, it's all about bringing the next generation with us and helping establishing them, because we can't stay on top forever. And I don't want to, we have to be able to hand that baton back and make sure that this genre has the heavy hitters. Too many of the bigger bands have been reluctant to, I don't want to say give up their spot, but Josh, you know what I'm talking about by give up your spot. It's you have to promote the next generation. Absolutely. Or this genre will be gone. And we have been doing it for years, trying to make sure that the legacy of this genre is intact. And that's something that I look forward to doing on a solo level.
That's really awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to do this with us. It was great talking to you, and I hope you had a good time as well.
Yeah, and Corey, thanks so much.
It's all good. Listen, anytime I can, guys, I promise. I'll make sure the hair's all up, and we'll just kind of get it. Yeah, it'll be great.
Hey there, thanks for watching AXS TV. Subscribe, follow, like, and do all the good stuff. And make sure you leave a comment below. I don't know, just let us know what your favorite AXS TV show is, or who your favorite bands are, and what artists you're into, or just say hi, man. I'd like to be told hi. We love hearing from you. That's the point, all right? Keep it coming.